young people going to work, guest workers, and visitors using the public bus. We, Rotary Central, help you, our advertisers, make it happen. Your marketing dollar travels a far way. Positioning your message, your product, your services, your presence in over 83 bus shelters. Every dollar you spend, every advert you place helps to build another bus shelter, providing modest comfort for Cayman travelers. Reserve space now on the only billboard medium in the Cayman Islands. Email rotaryshelters@gmail.com. rotaryshelters@gmail.com. The Bus Shelters, a partner in community convenience. Another inspiration program by Rotary Central Cayman Islands.
Now you can listen to Radio Cayman everywhere.
Everywhere.
Can you hear me now? Everywhere. Everywhere.
Yes, right from your Android or iPhone. Download the Radio Cayman app now on your Android or iOS phone.
The Radio Cayman app
is where you can listen to Radio Cayman everywhere you go.
Everywhere we go, we go. Everywhere we go, we go.
Find it in the Google Store, the Apple Store, or use the link at www.radiocayman.gov.ky.
Yes, now you can listen to Radio Cayman everywhere.
Talk Today is brought to you by Subway, open 24 hours in Countryside, Anderson Square in Georgetown, and Centennial Towers in West Bay. And by the Ministry of District Administration, explore your history, explore your land, explore your sister islands. And Cayman Airways, call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. And Doctors Hospital, peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066.
But I do have some questions.
There are more questions than answers.
Cayman Islands foremost listeners participation program.
Talk Today.
What's on your mind, Cayman? If you're ready to talk, we are ready to listen. Discussing current events and local news, community spotlights, hot topics, listener stories, cultural and historical discussions, environmental issues, fun and lighthearted topics, guest interviews. Cayman, basically anything you want to talk about, we are ready to listen. Here's your guest host, Charles Glidden.
Coming up next on Talk Today, we can chat about what's on your mind. Talk Today, next on Radio Cayman. Stay with me.
Talk Today is reminding you
to avoid any statements or comments which are abusive, derogatory, malicious, or defamatory. Do not use indecent language or make any statement that is false or misleading. Call 1-800-534-8255, 949-6990, 949-8037, or WhatsApp us on 925-3261.
And now, back to Talk Today.
Welcome. Good afternoon. I'm Charles Glidden. Thank you for tuning in to Talk Today. I hope you're having a good week and ready to wrap up the week and put August behind you. A lot of people coming off their summer break and getting back into the groove again. Some might say back to the grind again, right? Kids are returning to school. Oh, well, you know the routine, right? I was expecting a guest, but I guess it was some kind of scheduling problem. So I'm rebooting, restarting, and updating on the fly here. But I see we already have a caller. Wow. Okay, someone's getting an early start here right off the bat. Good afternoon. You're on the air with Talk Today. How are you doing?
Hey, Mr. Glidden. I'm over here chuckling at you.
Yeah, I'm rebooting and updating.
I hear you. I wanted to get on, and there's an article on a page. I won't say whose page, but it's about the skating rink, the skateboard park, that was behind Hurley's there.
Yeah.
And we had...
Hello? Oh, I guess, wow, the gremlins are really at work today. Give me a call back. It seems like we got disconnected there somehow. But, please call me back. We can continue what you started saying there about the skate park that's now going to be turned into something else, right? Yeah. So, well, that east-west arterial extension looks like that has taken a step closer to, our caller's back. Okay, we'll leave the east-west arterial until later. Yes, something happened there. Lost you.
Yes.
But you're
I
back.
could hear you, but you couldn't hear me.
Okay. So,
Right.
so you're talking about the skate park.
Right. Yes.
The former skate park.
Yes, I saw a young man had it on his post yesterday evening, I think it was, and he was saying that government paid, I think it was almost $5 million for the property.
I think it was $5 million plus.
There. Yes, for the property in the BRAC, but could not try to save the skate park. And I just wanted to bring that discussion to the forefront again because I was, advocating for the skate park saving back then too, because I thought, we see all of the recreational activities and locations disappearing for our young people, and government has the last administration bought up quite a number of very lucrative properties that I think, and I know government can't do everything.
Mm-hmm.
But at the time, because it was one of the last existing, recreational facilities for young people, I think, some sort of how they could have tried to manage something, at least if temporarily, to try to relocate that skateboard facility. I know we had a skateboard, whatever it is, that the wooden part of it along on the Old Mariners Cove property there on spot.
Yeah, I think the kids kind of took that over, right? I don't know if it was anything official, but
right.
I knew some of them that they would actually just go up there because it had a flat surface and.
Right. I think more could have been done, and this is just my personal view. And of course, like I said, it was posted on this young man's post the other day. I think, and I hope this new administration can see it and try to, if only temporarily, do something, because we have nothing left for our young people. Then we wonder why they're only going to the bars and the clubs and beach and just drinking and carousing and just doing other things. And like sports, this skateboard park is a skateboarding is a sport. And,
oh yeah.
As in soccer and that sort of thing. So I don't see why, we couldn't have done more to salvage that, especially because, like I said, the last administration, and I know government has other properties that are just sitting around. Nothing has been done with them, and I think, they could have tried to do something, if even temporarily. So I'm hoping that. I
mean, you say he was comparing that to the purchase in the BRAC that they recently made out there by the lighthouse.
Right. Right.
I think the situations are probably a little different.
Yeah, but they're in his heart, he's probably not going to see it like that, But
Mm-hmm.
I understand the comparison. Well, so my thing was just to highlight that it was two different administrations. So one government was in power, when the skate park was wrapped up, and now we have a new government. So I was trying to, in my own way, try to highlight that it's two different governments. So I don't know if the lighthouse property was bought. Well, it's saying it was bought under this administration, but I've heard that its process was started under the past administration. I don't know how true that is, but that's the gist of what he was saying. They spent all that money, and the young man is ancestrally from the BRAC. And I'm sure he appreciates the acquisition of the land in the BRAC, but I know his heart is breaking, and so is other people who've made comments who utilize the park. I do believe the park would have had to be relocated from behind the Hurley's location for sure, but I think they could have. I believe the government could have worked harder to try to to somehow put that in a different place. And
well, they would have had to actually build one. It's not just a matter of moving that. Have you been there? Have you been there?
I have seen the facility when it was there, but Mr. Glidden, I am of strong opinion that if we advocate for something hard enough, if we came in, if say for instance, if a sponsor showed up, if enough was said about it, and someone could ask the sponsor or ask government, and we have sponsors, private sponsors working together, because they do it for other things.
Yeah.
This is Cayman, and there's enough money floating around here, and this is a recreational facility that.
Listen,
I understand.
Can you hang on, and you can finish up, because
okay, sure.
I have to take a break. So just hang on, and we'll come back. And we can continue our
No
conversation. Okay. We'll be right back.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning. Ouch! When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
Shipping to the Cayman Islands is fast, reliable, and seamless thanks to Cayman Airways Cargo. Need it faster than ocean freight? Cayman Airways Cargo offers multiple cargo flights to Grand Cayman from Miami weekly, so your packages, whether big, small, or in between, will arrive in no time. You can even use a Cayman Airways Cargo US address for your online shopping. Cayman Airways Cargo is also the only carrier providing air freight services for Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. Contact us today and see why Cayman Airways Cargo was voted as Cayman's best cargo and logistics company in the Best of Cayman Awards. For details, visit CaymanAirways.com/cargo.
Stay cyber secure with Cayman National. Here are a few tips that will benefit you. Ensure to log out completely when you finish any online banking activities. Be aware of phishing attempts and only click links from trusted sources that are sent from your device through emails and messages. Remember, Cayman National will never ask you for your credentials. If you suspect a fraud attempt or that your account has been compromised, please immediately contact our customer support team at 949-8300.
The offices of dermatologist Dr. Wayne Porter will be taking appointments from September 8 to 12 at his Crew Road Clinic. Appointment slots are limited. Whether you're seeking advanced skincare, Botox, filler, cosmetic enhancements, or simply looking to reduce wrinkles, Dr. Porter offers a full-service dermatology and dermatological surgery practice. For more information, email dr.portercayman@gmail.com or call 946-9020 to book your appointment today. That is 946-9020.
Wouldn't it have been grand if you had purchased land 30 years ago? It may not be 2020, but a perfect vision has never been more clear. Cayman Brac and Little Cayman, poised for growth with an eye on the future. Your land, your history, your future. Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Yes, what's on your mind? Well, we have someone on the line who's telling us what her thoughts are for the afternoon. Are you still there?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes, we were talking about the skate park and the need for recreational facilities for young people.
Right. Yes, I was saying that I believe that if I understand. First, I want to say I understand that there were security and safety concerns at the facility, and I do believe that those could have been curtailed.
Yeah. Well, that sport is kind of risky. It really is. But go ahead.
I understand, Mr. Glidden. Every sport is risky. I have a son who played numerous sports, and he developed numerous physical issues through playing sports, but it was something that he loved. It kept him out of trouble, and it caused him to develop characteristics in himself that he wouldn't have ordinarily, probably, especially from a single parent home, wouldn't have probably developed if he didn't have that to look forward to, and not get into other things. So I am a firm believer, I like to advocate for social issues of anything, any kind. And I have a firm belief that if we can salvage something, we try to salvage it. And especially, like I said, because, we have a lot of property owners here who have properties that do nothing. And being aware of the legal field, there are contractual agreements that can be made which takes people from liability, if those are concerns or whatever. But I realize that some way, somehow, they could have tried to salvage that and just not have lost another activity that was there available to our youngsters, especially young men. Like I said, I hadn't been there recently before it closed, but I had been there years before, and I saw the fulfillment that it gave some of those persons who utilized the park. So I just wanted to just bring that to the attention, bring that to your attention, and see if anyone else has any feedback with it, and hopefully that something else can be done, because, like I said, they had the spot, the Mariners Cove facility there, where they had a makeshift
ramp and all that.
There. Yes, and we have other whether government or private. I know a lot of Caymanians who have empty lots just sitting around. If they want to get serious and say, okay, here I can do this and I can agree to this, but I'm not going to accept liability. All that stuff can be contractually drawn up in a contract, and someone can form a nonprofit and get this thing going and ask for sponsors and call in the community to do it, because we had the bowling alley that's gone.
That didn't survive it.
There were other places. Miniature golf, I understand, that's gone. I understand much of the activities that used to be at King's is curtailed. Cayman Bay, there's not much there to do, but a lot of young people hung out there. But what is there to do besides the movies and drinking and just getting into things that's one of the things why our young people are leaving the islands too, because there's nothing here to do. So I just wanted to throw that out there. Hopefully that'll garner some conversation, and this new government can try to revisit it and see what they can try to work with to offer.
What is to become of that anyway? It escapes my mind right now. What's the plan for what was the skate park? Apartments or something? I
heard it's condos, yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
More condos, more apartments.
More apartments, yes.
Isn't there like a glut of those by now? I mean, everywhere you look, you see an apartment building going up. I mean, who's living in them?
Yeah, and it's not working class Caymanians, I can tell you that. And there was talk about how that would affect that area, which is already combusted, and the roundabout is already such a huge problem.
More cars entering the roundabout there.
Yeah, well, I'm sure they'll figure it out. I'm not going to concern and kill myself about that, but I would love to see more apartments coming up for working class Caymanians and low income families. We don't see enough of that, and everybody's coming in and investing in the islands and building, and nobody's giving back enough to the islands in that area either. So, listen, Mr. Glidden, when you go to other countries, let me tell you something. America, you can't come into that country and just nilly-willy come and expect to take the benefits of their dollar without giving back something.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of wealthy people come and form nonprofit organizations and offer things back to the community and so forth. That's a stance that we have to take here in Cayman too.
But with the skate park, getting back to the skate park, one of the things that I used to like to see, because my grandson used to actually manage that at one point, right? And I would sometimes I'd have to pick him up. And one of the things I observed was the kids, the young people who were using the skate park, came from all different demographics.
Yes,
from through the Cayman society.
Exactly so. Yep, you're absolutely right.
It was a place that everybody, all these young people of different backgrounds went to, and mixed. That was really nice to see.
Right. And why I was thinking that too, because I was thinking some of them, we knew that they were from families with very, very good financial means, that they could all get together and say, hey, let's ask our parents to pitch in and sponsor, or their companies or their organizations, or it takes team building and teamwork to accomplish these things. But if no one doesn't step up and say something about it, all those kids, their parents haven't said anything or haven't. I don't know, to be honest, but it's a shame. That's all I can say, because these things just keep disappearing for young people.
All right. Well, thank you so much for bringing that up.
Okay. Talk to you again.
All right. You take care. Have a good afternoon.
You too.
And recreational areas for young people, that's an important part of any kind of town planning, making sure that young people have a place to go, whether it's to play ball or, skateboard. And sometimes, something doesn't have to be as elaborate as what Black Pearl was. Because that, from what I've heard about it, that was considered like a world-class skate park. I mean, they had some I'm not sure what they call them, but it's like pools, like that you could drop in. And I used to see some guys out there doing some things that, he said, "Oh, dang, man, that looks like dangerous. You got to have a lot of nerve to try and do that." But it was a very good park. So it doesn't have to be as elaborate as that, probably, but some place where you can put a ramp and people can run their skateboard, do some jumps, and or just a place to go and play ball. I know we have fields around the place, but young people always looking for something to do, and we have to make sure that they have places to go. Otherwise, if they can't find the good things to do, they're probably going to find some bad things to do. We're going to take a break and be right back with more Talk Today.
Shipping to the Cayman Islands is fast, reliable, and seamless thanks to Cayman Airways Cargo. Need it faster than ocean freight? Cayman Airways Cargo offers multiple cargo flights to Grand Cayman from Miami weekly, so your packages, whether big, small, or in between, will arrive in no time. You can even use a Cayman Airways Cargo US address for your online shopping. Cayman Airways Cargo is also the only carrier providing air freight services for Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. Contact us today and see why Cayman Airways Cargo was voted as Cayman's best cargo and logistics company in the Best of Cayman Awards. For details, visit CaymanAirways.com/cargo.
Did you know ordering your favorite sandwich from Subway just got easier? Yeah, picture this. No more waiting in line. No more fussing with cash. Just a delicious taste of Subway at your fingertips. With our new app, ordering your go-to sub is as easy as a few taps on your phone. Plus, receive exclusive deals and earn loyalty points with every purchase made on the app. Download the new Subway app today and get ready to ditch the lines and drive straight into your flavor. Visit the App Store or Google Play Store on your mobile phone and search for Subway Cayman Islands. Subway. Eat fresh.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
It's a sizzling summer with J&. Money. You can win a luxury weekend getaway for two when you send or receive money from now until September 30, 2025. That's right. We're turning up the heat this summer with J&. Money. Visit www.jnmoneyonline.com to learn more about how to win. What are you waiting for? Send, win, relax this summer with J&. Money.
Stay cyber secure with Cayman National. Here are a few tips that will benefit you. Ensure to log out completely when you finish any online banking activities. Be aware of phishing attempts and only click links from trusted sources that are sent from your device through emails and messages. Remember, Cayman National will never ask you for your credentials. If you suspect a fraud attempt or that your account has been compromised, please immediately contact our customer support team at 949-8300.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back to Talk Today. And our first caller was concerned about what will happen with the loss of the skate park that is in Grand Harbor, or was in Grand Harbor. And when I went to the break, Kathy Miller comes running in here and says, you know, skate park, that is very close to my heart.
You're right. I really did. I was running from upstairs. Yes, skateboarding is.
The skate park is what brought you to Cayman?
Absolutely. So I came here about 20 years ago, 2005, about 10 months after Ivan. And it was in the capacity to be the skateboard park manager for the Black Pearl Skateboard Park. Mm-hmm. And at that time, it was Mike Bell, if people remember. So Mike Bell built all of Grand Harbor, right, dredged those canals out to the North Sound.
And I remember he had Consuelo out there when he was building it, pointing out which plants were to be saved.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, Consuelo Ebanks. Yeah, he had her there. Yeah, so he had some, good ideas.
He did. He did have some good ideas. And he built the Black Pearl Skate Park. There was, I think it was at least three different crews that were brought down to build the skate park. And I'm going to say, this isn't normal construction work. If you are not in the business of actually building parks and you do not know gradients in slopes and how the slope should kind of curve right down to the flat ground, if you don't know how to kind of create those angles and how to shape bowls properly, you don't know that part of building a park, right? So Mike did hire professionals in skateboarding, that was their job. They went around the world and they built skate parks, but maybe he didn't agree with everything. So there was about three different crews that came down and built it. So the park shifted in what it was supposed to look like. So it's a little discombobulated in a sense. It's not the best layout. And considering the cost in building that park was upwards of $3 million, it's a lot of money for a skate park.
Yeah.
And my understanding was that he built that. His son loved to skateboard. So it was, okay, let me build this for my son and then make it a public park and, invite people out. And then he also had the wave park there. So when I came in 2005, it was with the idea that we were going to make Cayman the center for skateboarding in the Caribbean.
Because this was a world-class skate park.
This was the biggest skateboard park in the entire world. Right here in the Cayman Islands, where we had a very, very small percentage of people actually skateboarding. And to have the biggest facility in the world is absolutely insane. So I say that to say there was so much opportunity available on what could have been done here in attracting, it's sports tourism. So when I came, I was on the sports tourism trek. That's what I was all about, because there was really big contests around the world. Quicksilver. So Quicksilver, the brand, from surfing. Mostly people know it from surfing, but there's the Quicksilver, it was like a bowl series and a Vans bowl series that would go around the world. We're talking Marseille, France, Brazil. It would be in the parts of the US and Canada, other parts of Europe, Mexico. So really there's nothing happening in the Caribbean, but we have the world's biggest park. So we had beyond opportunity to bring that here. And we had it all up until they had to give the park up, right? And I'm so grateful for Minister Miles, who did come in to try to keep that park there, because he saw what that park did for the youth. And I can tell you from my childhood, all the guys that I skateboarded with, because it was mostly guys doing it. I was always like trying to do extra things as a young lady. And every single one of them became pro. They traveled the world for free just to skateboard. So it started as a passion, you know, for them, young, middle school, elementary school, high school. They get sponsored. Next thing you know, they're doing stunts in movies. A lot of them went that direction as well. A lot of them, the Tony Hawk Pro Skateboarder video games that people play, I think that's from Electronic Arts, which is a huge gaming company. Electronic Arts has a headquarters in Vancouver, Canada. My friends would go as the motion performers. So all of those people that you see that are your little characters in the video games, so they have to actually somehow, they put you in this room and they put you in like a certain suit and they attach all these sensors to you and you're skateboarding and you're doing all these tricks. So they capture that and they put that into the game somehow. So I had friends that went into a career path that way as well. I had friends that started their own board companies or anything to do with skateboarding. It could have been wheel companies, clothing brands, whatever it is. But photographers, videographers, the amount of creativity and pathways that people forged based on their love of skateboarding, I saw what it did for me. It brought me here to the Cayman Islands in that sense. It was an incredible opportunity that I had. I've seen what it's done for so many youth across the world, and it's an unbelievable, I don't want to say sport because skateboarders, we don't call it a sport.
Oh, really?
But it's an unbelievable sport to participate in, and it breaks my heart to know that is being torn down here in Cayman. There was so much potential for what could have been done. Again, that sports tourism aspect is huge. So,
well, I guess great plans sometimes just don't go all the way. Because we do have a caller. Let's see what they're saying today. Good afternoon. You're on the air with Talk today.
Evening, Mr. Glidden. I thought I entered this conversation about the
skate park.
Yeah, versus the piece of land and the bluff up there. Now, tell me something. I don't know if you and Miss Miller had the privilege to go up on that site.
Well, I've been up to the lighthouse, not recently, but
Yeah. So you've been there, right?
Yeah.
I've been there too, but I don't know the exact area of land that government purchased, if that's what you're referring to.
Well, it's 6,000 odd feet on the edge. It's 125 acres total, right? And I can guarantee you, in my humble opinion, if you take a kid up there, they'll get just as much thrill just peeping over the edge and watching the moving thing fly by as they would get on a skateboard. They mightn't get in the movies, but that, to me, it's no skateboard in the world that can take the place of that. Because remember now, ladies and gentlemen, let's be real here. They got tons of land in Grand Cayman that if somebody so believe that a skateboard can be such a money maker and such a benefit for the Cayman Islands, I think somebody or bodies would get together and say, don't worry about them, to hell with them. We got plenty of land. We can build a world class one, just like you say, and white the top dog. But there is, remember now, that bluff area up there, you don't get no more of them. And just like I said this morning, Pine of Sun, I don't know if you guys went to the level of Pine of Sun in Little Cayman.
Yeah, well, I've been there.
Well, that's the most beautiful piece of beach in Little Cayman. And that was up for sale. But two governments before this, and you know what it was, they would not buy it for reasons that they waited until Dad bought it because they want him to buy it. Plain and simple. And he bought it. So our government could buy that through the same environmental funds that they bought this place out. Because if I stand to be corrected, I think the last time I heard is like $43 million in that. Because when Julie was there, she bought a whole heap of beach land. Well, it's not beach, but it's on the ocean front in Watering Place and on the south side. So the people can go and sit down there. Because once it's bought, if the foreigner had bought that, because they done started chopping up for it. They already got approved for 40 lots. So in 10 years' time, a native would not be able to go near there to even take a picture. You know?
So you know this area pretty well, I take it.
Yes, sir.
So it's a good place to create a national park?
Yeah, it's perfect. It's perfect. It's a nature trail. Okay, for years, almost 100 years, they used to drag the cylinders up through we called Peter Bluff Road. The cylinders to light to keep the lighthouse going.
Okay.
And they used to drag up them 100-pound cylinders with rope and drag it up through a trail and go there. You can tell it, and that's where they walk, and you can go and see different ages. It's beautiful. Yeah. So a spot like that should never fall in the hands of foreigners. And, I suggested that the government won't lease out some to build a hotel like what they done now on a Holiday Inn. Lease it out, but you don't have to lease all of it. Because 6,000 feet on the ocean front, right on the cliff, right? And another thing, this on a little high note, because Elvis McKee, I got a joke. It's a beautiful place, one of the most beautiful places to get married, because you got a lot of waiting men up there. What, a lot of waiting, sunrise waiting.
Yeah.
Right? And then if things don't work out for you, you can go right back up, then just go with the side. Thank you, guys. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Elvis. You can start it there and you can end it there if it really goes bad. So, what happened at the skate park didn't work out?
Why it didn't work out?
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't there after I'd worked there for a little bit. I'd go once in a while and skate, right? And that's really how I broke my wrist terribly.
Oh, yeah. I remember we used to go around with that.
with all my different casts and whatnot. But I still love it. I still set up a board after that. And, it's skater for life kind of thing. It might not look like it right now. But I don't know why it fell the way it did. I just believe you have to have just people who are really passionate about skateboarding out there to kind of keep it alive. But it is on, I believe that was Mike's land, right? I don't know who he sold Grand Harbor to in the end. So people, we look at things for profit, right?
Properties or something owns most of what's around there now.
So we look at things for profit a lot of the time. And as Elvis mentioned, he doesn't know what the skate park's making and in terms of profit. But parks don't make any profit, but we need them. There's a reason why we need parks. There's a reason why we need these community areas, right? And that's a lot of the time these kids aren't allowed to go skateboard by buildings and whatnot. I mean, the way you look at stairs and a handrail is completely different to how a skateboarder looks at it.
I'm sure.
And you have, that creativity is insane in how they will assess a handrail and the ledge and be like, out of the 25 flip tricks that I can do, and do I have enough landing? And it's a very interesting thing to be a part of. And
they look at a handrail not as something to hold on to, right?
No.
For safety, it's to take a ride down.
I can ride down it. And it's absolutely, that's not what, they look at things differently. And I love that creativity in skateboarders. I wish that park could stay. I wish there was more, even if it was just a bit of it. It's a really big park. It's really discombobulated. Yeah. It had to have been better flow, but again, different work crews. I do think it's important to have outdoor areas like that are free and accessible to the public.
Well, Kathy, thanks for coming in and giving us a little insight into what was happening at the Black Pearl, and
I love skateboarding.
A lot of kids had a lot of fun there while it lasted.
Absolutely, absolutely.
It's 1:00. That's news time.
Covering Little Cayman, Cayman Bride.
Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands. From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines. Local, regional, international news.
The Headline News is brought to you by Kirk Market and Health Services Authority.
2 women are facing charges in connection with a dispute in West Bay earlier this year. Prosecutors say Martha Hurlston Bodden and Annie Bodden assaulted another woman on January 31st and used threatening language during the encounter. On Tuesday, Martha Bodden pleaded not guilty in summary court. Annie Bodden has not yet entered a plea. The case is due back in court next month. In international headlines, at least 5 children were injured in a shooting today during the first week of classes at a Minneapolis Catholic school. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz called the violence horrific. The Minneapolis city government said the shooter had been contained after the gunfire at Annunciation Catholic School, and there was no longer any active threat to residents. Denmark's foreign minister summoned the top U.S. diplomat in the country for talks after the main national broadcaster reported that at least 3 people with connections to U.S. President Donald Trump had been carrying out covert influence operations in Greenland. Public broadcaster DR said Danish government and security forces, which it didn't name, as well as unidentified sources in Greenland and the U.S., believe that at least 3 American nationals with connections to Trump have been carrying out influence operations in the territory. Those are your headlines. I'm April Cummings.
Radio Cayman. More news available at www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Do you have a healthcare question but not sure who to ask? Contact HSA's Patient Call Center to speak to one of our experienced clinical team members. We are here to answer your questions and help guide you through your healthcare journey. Need to make an appointment? Our team can help. Contact HSA at 949-8600 or email info@hsa.ky. At HSA, we are committed to caring for you.
Radio Cayman is pleased to feature this special Sister Islands historical vignette brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration and Lands. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands.
James William Algernon Ryan, JP, 1913 to 2007. Mr. Algie Ryan served for 17 years as head teacher in Cayman Brac. He also had a night school and taught commercial subjects, including typing and accounting. He later became a realtor, an attorney, and an insurance agent. He is today the longest-serving realtor in the Cayman Islands. He operated a weekly boat service between Cayman Brac and Little Cayman, transporting mail, cargo, and passengers. Later, he was a director of Little Cayman Enterprises, the company that developed the Southern Cross Club, the first guest facility on Little Cayman. In the early 1960s, he leased land and oversaw the construction of the Edward Bodden Airfield in Little Cayman, which is still in use today. He served for a time in the Legislative Assembly as a nominated member.
Radio Cayman is pleased to feature this special Sister Islands historical vignette brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration and Lands. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back to Talk Today. Quick look at the weather here at Owen Roberts International. It's 89 degrees, but it feels like 106. Winds out of the east-northeast at about 10.5 knots. Forecast calling for partly cloudy skies this afternoon, and in the evening, isolated showers and nighttime thunder showers. And checking in with the National Hurricane Center in Miami. Well, their map is showing nothing of interest for the Caribbean, and that's what we like to see. We're just freestyling here on Talk Today, and we have some callers on the line. If you want to tell us what's on your mind, you pick up the phone, give us a ring. Good afternoon. You're on the air with Talk Today.
Hey, Mr. Glidden, it's me calling back again.
Yes.
I'm just curious, was that lady scheduled to come on, or?
Pardon?
The lady that was just on there.
Kathy Miller.
Was she on the phone? Yes. Oh, that was Kathy.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Yeah.
she's actually in studio in house with you. Okay, I was wondering.
Yeah.
I was like, that's coincidental that someone's there talking about the skate park when I called that he had a guest to talk about the skate park. And I called about the skate park, but it worked out pretty good. Really,
Yeah, it did.
very well. So tell Kathy thanks. But I had a thought that I kind of lost track of when you and I were speaking earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And that was, we know the Dart Family Organization is developing some sporting facilities down on the West Bay Road. So maybe this could be something he could consider, getting together with the people that's interested in having the skate park.
Well, if he wants to, I'm sure he has the bucks to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Perhaps we'll see that.
Yeah, so I thought I'd verbalize that outwardly so someone could hear and maybe try to take it up with him while he's in the stages of development with the other I think they're doing a rugby and a American football field and something of the sort down on West Bay Road there. It was in the papers some months ago that they were seeking planning permission or zoning or something.
Mm-hmm.
And, you remember when they were talking about how it would affect the wetlands and that sort of thing.
Yeah. I mean, that's another issue in itself, the wetlands.
Yeah. I just wanted to throw that back out there while the thought came back to me. But tell Kathy that was just on time.
All right. She's probably hearing you.
Yeah.
She's left the studio, but yeah. All right. Thank you for calling back.
Thanks. Bye.
And we had another caller on the line there, but that dropped. If you want to give us a ring back, please do, and we'll put you on the air. And speaking of wetlands and such, the environmental impact assessment for the East-West Arterial Road extension, that's now completed, which means that that project has taken another step closer to getting started. And from a story in CNS here, saying that based on the findings of the Environmental Assessment Board that oversaw the process, the chairman, of the National Conservation Council has urged Cabinet to rethink the route to cut costs and reduce environmental damage, and he wants him to select the alternative route there, because there's several routes that were proposed, and so they are proposing that they take the alternative one, and some interesting views are being made about that, because supposedly from the reports, it's not going to be a magic bullet. Put the road in and it's going to clear up all the traffic that's coming from the east into town. And they were even putting out that it was only be shaving a few minutes off of the travel time, an average travel time savings of 5 to 7 minutes between 2025 and 2046 is relatively small and unlikely to meet expectations. The residents in the eastern districts will be spending substantially less time in traffic in the morning and afternoon. Well, that's something I'm sure that people would like to debate, whether the additional lanes coming into town would mean that only 5 to 7 minutes is going to be saved, because you're hearing people talking about spending hours coming from north side, east end, even Bodden town, coming into town, because right now all that traffic is, even with what's there now from the east-west arterial, everything starts to just bottlenecks, because everybody's heading in that same destination, right, coming into town. So I'm going toward West Bay Road, maybe Cayman Bayway. But everything is merging into one. And, of course, that road is going to be coming down and meeting there by the Tomlinson roundabout. And you still got traffic coming in from Savannah or, Bodden Town on the road that is there now. So that's all going to meet up, and that's going to merge. It's going to slow things down. So will it be the magic bullet that everyone thinks is going to be? Do you have a thought on this? What do you think about should this road go ahead and be built? So one of the things that was being said in here before the general election in April, the minority UPM cabinet adopted to build the most expensive and least environmentally friendly route, which is designated as B3, because they had several choices of routes that they could select, right? However, during the election campaign earlier this year, several candidates and the TCCP said they would consider switching to B2, the route recommended by the Environmental Assessment Board based on the findings of the EIA, the Environmental Impact Assessment. And the board noted in its report, which is now public, that the cabinet has not justified the reasoning for selecting the more expensive and less green B3 route, as noted in the EAB report on the environmental statement. Public feedback focused on why B3 has been chosen instead of B2, given the lesser environmental impact across nearly all categories. So do we go for what is greener, more friendly to the environment, not so much of a detriment to the Cayman environment that these roads are going to be going through? Or do we just build it as is planned? Now, I know a lot of people in the East, they are very much for getting this road done as quickly as possible, because they're talking about that they spend so much time on the roads. I mean, one commenter on this was saying they spent 4 hours a day that's coming into Georgetown and then going back home. I don't know, that's a lot of time. Kind of hard for me to even imagine that. But everybody coming in from the East always talks about how long it takes to get into town. And, schools are back in again. Now we're going back into this really, really tough traffic. Now, one point that I saw brought up is that that third lane, and this is for going home traffic, the third lane on Linford Pearson has been opened up, and that has made a big difference now for the evening traffic. That, because Linford Pearson, there's only 2 lanes there, and that third lane was blocked off. If you took that in the afternoons, after 5 o'clock, it got clogged up real quick. And actually, I found Crew Road to be quicker than going on Linford Pearson. But now they got the third lane open, And I've heard people say that the traffic flows really well. That those 3 lanes really handle the amount of traffic that we presently have. And that might be a great help. We'll see now as we go into our normal patterns of traffic with people coming back from vacation. More people are actually active on the roads of Cayman. Whether that's going to remain the same as during August when we have less people on the roads. So hopefully that's going to handle the volume of traffic that goes out of town here on a working day and make a big difference in people being able to get home in a reasonable amount of time. And if you want to talk about this or something else that's on your mind, pick up the phone, give me a call. The numbers to call are 1-800-534-8255, and that's all compliments of Flow. Or you can also use 949-8037. You can also call me on 949-6990. And for WhatsApp, if you want to send a message or you want to make a call, 925-3261 is the number to call there if you want to use the WhatsApp. So what do you think? What do you think? That is one of the things that are at issue here in Cayman these days. And something that I started talking about, I think was it Monday? Talking about health insurance. And continuing on with that, I was saying, it was high time that we have an overhaul of health insurance coverage here in Cayman, because really the price of health insurance, and I know it's not just in Cayman, but when you look at what people have to pay to get anything beyond the SHIC plan, that's the standard health insurance coverage, it's ridiculous, plain out ridiculous, to what you have to pay to get a sort of enhanced health insurance above the SHIC plan, because the SHIC plan is the basic, the minimum requirement by law, and even that is pressing for people, the elderly, who not having a readily income, because the pension thing is, if you're relying on pension, that's another story again. You're not going to have much money to be able to pay health insurance out of your pension, and there are people actually going without health insurance. Again, probably the elderly, and either they don't know about an alternative to get some help from the government, or some people just may be too proud. Their pride keeps them from declaring that they're indigent, because I understand that's what you have to do if you are elderly. You have no health insurance. You can get help from the government, but you have to declare that you're an indigent, and then get some aid from the government. And I guess that's something that people just can't deal with classifying themselves as. We do have a caller on the line. Good afternoon. You're on the air.
Yeah, good afternoon, Chalo.
Yes. How are you doing?
Okay, and you?
I'm doing all right. What's on your mind today?
Well, on Mr. Art Conlon show this morning, we were speaking about who the next deputy governor would be.
Yeah. Have you cast your vote yet?
Well, I really didn't know who would be able to qualify.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't really able to get to the point of choosing anyone personally.
Yeah.
But after hearing about Miss Gloria McField Nixon, and concerning her qualifications and how long she has been in the government, and she's a sixth generation Caymanian.
And she's acted as deputy governor.
Yes. And she would be the first female deputy governor. And it was suggested this morning by a lot of callers, and including the host, that they think it's time for a female to be the deputy governor at this time in the Cayman Islands. And also someone with the qualifications that she has. And a lot of people called in and also supported her as the next deputy governor. And it's my belief, and I personally, as a Caymanian, would rather know that she became our new deputy governor instead of a status holder. I don't think that a status holder should be allowed to become the deputy governor of the Cayman Islands before a qualified sixth generation Caymanian. So I'm publicly saying now today at this time that I also recommend Miss Gloria McField Nixon to be our next deputy governor. And knowing now concerning her qualifications, and she's a sixth generation Caymanian, and we're hoping now to have the first woman as the deputy governor of the Cayman Islands. And women are also very intelligent.
Of course.
So I don't feel any way negative about her being the deputy governor because of her being a woman. So I think the premier, the deputy premier, and the government should actually listen to the suggestions and the recommendations of the public concerning who the next deputy governor should be. And I'm personally saying it again. I personally would suggest Miss Gloria McField Nixon also to be our next deputy governor of the Cayman Islands after Mr. Franz Manison has resigned and retired. Thank you.
All right. Well, there's another endorsement. And she certainly has all the qualifications, the experience. As I said, she has actually served as acting governor when acting deputy governor rather, when the deputy governor had to be the acting governor when and everybody just steps up there. And I know that she's even been in Parliament as acting deputy governor, so she has the qualifications, she has the experience, and it seems like a lot of people are endorsing her. Have a WhatsApp message here. Good day, Mr. Glidden. Let's be honest about why the B3 route is chosen. That's getting back now to this east-west arterial extension. Let's be honest about why the B3 route is chosen. When roads are built, it has nothing to do with environment and all to do with parcels of land all to do with which parcels of land will gain road access and who owns those parcels. Let's talk about economic interest always trumping environmental interest in Cayman. And I think that not only goes for Cayman. I think economic interest always or almost always trumps environmental interests in a lot of places. I think there's a lot of examples of that. But yeah, and this person is not the first that I've seen making that point, because you put a road in, you open up land, and we've heard about this before. When a new road is built, I think even the Esterly Tibbets, there were people who made claims about the routing of that and what property that road would touch and who would benefit from it. And that's always seems to be a consideration when a new road is put into what was a wilderness, either a mangrove, virgin land, because having land is one thing, having access to it is what really makes it valuable. I need to take a break, so stay with me. We will be right back. Give me a call. Let me know what's on your mind.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning.
Ouch!
When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
Hungry? Need Subway any time of the day?
Yeah.
We've got you covered. Subway at Anderson Square, Centennial Towers, and Countryside Shopping Village is open 24/7, serving up fresh, delicious subs anytime you need them. And for your weekend cravings, West Shore Center is also open 24 hours on Friday nights and until 1 a.m. on Saturdays, because it's never too late for a great meal. Skip the line and order ahead with the Subway Cayman Islands app, or get your favorites delivered straight to your door with Bento and Let's Eat. Fresh, fast, and always here when you need us. Subway, eat fresh.
Shipping to the Cayman Islands is fast, reliable, and seamless thanks to Cayman Airways Cargo. Need it faster than ocean freight? Cayman Airways Cargo offers multiple cargo flights to Grand Cayman from Miami weekly, so your packages, whether big, small, or in between, will arrive in no time. You can even use a Cayman Airways Cargo US address for your online shopping. Cayman Airways Cargo is also the only carrier providing air freight services for Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. Contact us today and see why Cayman Airways Cargo was voted as Cayman's best cargo and logistics company in the Best of Cayman Awards. For details, visit CaymanAirways.com/cargo.
Explore your history. Explore your land. Explore your sister islands. The ultimate staycation experience. Your culture, your freedom, the land that time forgot isn't gone. It's your sister islands.
Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
The wait is over. The crown awaits. The Lions and Leos Club of Grand Cayman proudly present the 42nd Miss Teen Cayman Islands pageant returning August 8th, 2026. Are you bold, talented, and ready to shine? If you're between the ages of 15 and 18, this is your moment to step forward, showcase your brilliance, and embrace the journey of a lifetime. Visit the Miss Teen Cayman Instagram and Facebook pages for registration details. The crown is calling. Will you answer? Brought to you by the Lions and Leos Club of Grand Cayman.
Looking to transform your space? From custom homes to commercial spaces, we bring your vision to life with precision, quality, and elegance. At Mike's Builders, we make it happen.
Mike's Builders turned my dream home into a reality. Their team is professional, efficient, and truly the best in the business. Good communication? Check. Cleanliness? Check. Professionalism? On point. You have to try Mike's Builders for yourself.
Call us today at 923-0706. That's 923-0706. Mike's Builders. Let's build a beautiful world together.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back. A couple of WhatsApp messages before I get to a caller here. This one again says, I also agree in support of the caller's endorsement. This is getting back to the deputy governor, who should be deputy governor. The caller's endorsement too, as she, Gloria McField Nixon, is a very well respected lady. I'd love to endorse her too. And let's see here. He just said, then this is about health insurance. Good afternoon. I totally agree about the health insurance situation here. Government needs to make it priority. Even with the SHIC plan, it only covers one doctor's visit for the year, and everything else you're paying out of pocket for the rest of the year. It's really ridiculous and a great concern, especially for seniors. Thanks for bringing up the subject. Have a good afternoon. Yeah, we need to pursue this thing about health insurance reform. We have someone on the line. Good afternoon. You're on the air.
Hello. Good afternoon, Mr. Glidden.
Good afternoon.
I too want to put in my 2-cent piece into the deputy governor thing. I too endorse Miss Gloria Nixon. I think she's the best person to get it because I know her. I know her family. She comes from good makings, and like I say, she's been there before. She's capable of doing it, so why not give it to her? And 200, I would say 200% right on that. Not even
200%.
200, or probably go 500, whatever, or 1,000, even better. So I think that, and Mr. Manderson were good, so we need somebody good like him, or even, I would say, better if he could do it. Not saying that he wasn't good, but I think she's a Caymanian, and I too agree on what a guy was saying. I don't think that any paper holder or whatever, it should be the generational Caymanian to hold these positions. So I do too endorse her, 100%, whatever. So that's my input on it, and who like it, and who don't like it, well, tough luck.
Well, from what I have heard, she seems to be the people's candidate for deputy governor.
Right, and the people's voices should be heard. Since they claim that we're the ones that put the people in the LA House, well, then we should be able to put her in that position too. Well done, we've spoken, so they should honor our wish and our word.
All right. Well, thanks for giving us your input.
I am a voter. I vote. I've been here donkey years from 1962, and I was 17 the other day. But anyway, I think I could have a voice. Like I said, I was born here, but I got ancestry from here. Both of my mother and father parents were here. From here, one was a bush from South Sound, next one was a Holston from South Sound, and I came here when mosquitoes were killing cows, so I think I should have a say. I should have a voice.
Okay. All right. Well, you've just put it out there.
That's right. I'm afraid to say I was born Banaka. I'm from Honduras, but I'm not a Spaniard. I'm a Bay Islander.
Ah. Big difference, huh?
And my grandfather went there, and he found my grandmother, and that's how I come. He liked what he found, and he found her down there, and I was it. And she too had descendant from my parents. She was a McCoy.
Well, you know something? The first time that I really knew about Guanaja was when the hurricane, you remember, I think it was Mitch. Was it Mitch that hit down there?
That's the one, yeah.
Yeah.
Fifi, who messed it up? Fifi was bad.
And I was working at Cayman 27 at the time, and they sent a film crew down there to do a report. And when they started talking to the people down there, I said, wow. I mean, that was like some kind of genuine roots Caymanian.
What?
Genuine roots Caymanian accent that I was hearing, you know, from like the 1950s.
Nearly everything from the island got descendant from our parents. Spaniards didn't know nothing about Cayman. When they come Banaka from the coast, that's how they learn about Grand Cayman. They didn't know a thing about our Pedilornic from Banaka.
All right.
Tell you that. That's how they know about Grand Cayman, and then that's how they start influxing our pen. Because that's what my daughter used to say, because we were trying to do a family tree. But most of the elderly ones there, I was trying to do it with cousin Paul. Paul Holston is family to me.
Okay.
He was my grandmother family. He the Holston Captain Paul, which I heard he was in the hospital, and I'll get to go look for him. But I say now this week I can try go and look for him. And that's the Holston section. Lem Holston and Paul Holston. They were my grandmother people.
All right.
My mother's side. And then my grandfather was a Bush. He was family to Captain Carl Bush. And well, they say we family to the Bushes, West Bay. I don't know, because my mother said Bush is Bush. That's how she look at it. But anyway, that's how it come. And I came here with my grandmother in 1962. We were living, I don't know how old you are. I don't know if you heard about Ada Parson with the dummies, with the 4 mute guys.
Yeah.
And remember, his house used to be right there where the flagship is in town now.
Right.
Where I lived. That's where I lived the first time I come out.
Okay.
62. Okay. Yes.
Well, listen, thanks for calling and you know, putting in your 2 cents. You know, another vote for Gloria Nixon, Gloria McPhail Nixon. All right, you take care. Have a good afternoon. We have 2 more callers on the line, I think, waiting. So let's take a call. Good afternoon. You're on the air.
Good afternoon. Am I on?
Yes, it's your time.
Well, thanks very much. Good afternoon to you, and good afternoon to the lady there who called. You see, that lady, I really like her so much. She's got such a high level of common sense. I always love to listen to her, and she's got, despite not being born in Cayman, she has got the most genuine Cayman accent you can have. I'm just not quite sure whether it's a West Bay or Georgetown accent, but she's got a legitimate Cayman accent, which puts some of the other Caymanians to shame, I think.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you heard me when I was talking about when I discovered how people talk down in Guanaja. It's like a frozen time. You go back to Cayman of 1950s when you hear them talk.
Oh, you mean like the Caymanians who went to settle there?
Yeah. The language, the accent became frozen. It wasn't influenced by American TV and all of that, right? Because you hear some kids, you hear some little kids these days, and you talk about generational Caymanian, right? And these kids are generational Caymanian, but if you listen to them talk, you can hear the American influence heavily in their voice. And I know you hear it in mine too, because I grew up in Florida.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, TV just influences people so much, especially that it is so available. You won't believe it. Even in Africa, you know, the way in which our older guys speak and those who speak today were slightly different, because there is a little bit of a more international influence of the TV. So they don't sound like the American, they don't sound like the Cayman Americanized kids. No, far from that. But within that society itself, between those generations which didn't watch much foreign TV and those who watched more foreign TV, you do see an evolution of accents. By the way, it was very interesting some time back on Cayman 27. This is some years ago, maybe 10, 12 years ago. I was watching a documentary about this same Caymanians you're talking about who went to settle there and how they still speak English. And you are just talking about the accent and still speak it in the same way. They've maintained their language, their culture, and it's just amazing. I met one of these guys when we went out to North Side with my good friend Billy Adam, and we were trying to help somebody with something. And so this guy was trying to get status in Cayman. So I asked Billy, I said, "But isn't this one Caymanian?" He said, no. This is the way he's one of the original people who descended from the original Caymanians, but he doesn't have status yet. But we're trying to help him to trace his lineage so that maybe hopefully he can get status. So it's always very, very interesting, but that's the way society evolves.
And because Guanaja, the people were isolated. So that the accent was frozen.
Yeah, as you were saying, once they are isolated and so on, that genuine accent was maintained. It's always lovely to hear, as much as some people will try to sound differently, but that's the way it is. Now about the deputy governor. That's the only point really I wanted to make, although I got carried away by what you said because I was really so interested about it. You see, do you see how the people who are calling in are saying they want a generational Caymanian to be a deputy governor? What is that telling me? It is telling me something that I already know, that the reality of life on the ground in Cayman is that the generational Caymanians, or as Roy Borden loves to call them, established Caymanian, or like I love to call them, the ethnic Caymanian, there is a way they feel that they are the real Caymanians, and I don't think that the way they feel is necessarily exclusionary. No, in any society, there's a certain people who settled there and became identified with that particular land, and these are attempts that some politicians have been trying to do over time, which is to say, oh no, but once you get status under the immigration law, you are a Caymanian. Now, it is true in terms of the dry legality of it, but at a social level, you are always seen as a status holder. That's why, in my view, I agree with a certain former candidate who says we should change the law. So the law specifically says that if you are a Caymanian as of right, you are a Caymanian. If you are a status holder, you are a new Caymanian. They should even abandon this issue about the name of status holder or the paper Caymanian. Those are not good. This guy, a real Caymanian, but also a very open-minded person, he has suggested have a term of Caymanian for a generational Caymanian and have a term new Caymanian for a status holder. They have virtually the same rights under the law. But that distinction, I think people want that distinction to be respected, and it is now coming out that it is not just a feeling to say we want to feel different, but also they feel certain positions should only go to generational Caymanians. I think politicians should stop pushing this thing that once somebody becomes a status holder, they are a Caymanian. You see, don't divide people. No, forget about dividing people. There are certain realities in life. You have to be sensitive to the feelings of the Caymanians who want to say, yes, we want to live with everybody who has come here and become part of us, but we want to be recognized as the people who first came here. In South Africa, they have something similar going on. You know, the original people there, who they used to call the Bushmen, that term is no longer politically correct. They are called the Khoisans. The Khoisans are the original people in South Africa. It's not even known where they came from. They are the original people. They are also pushing in South Africa so that they can be recognized as indigenous people. It won't change much in real life, but they want just that psychic recognition that we are the indigenous people. So these things are taking place in other parts of the world. I would wish that Cayman should respect those people who are ethnic Caymanians. That's the only point I had today for you.
Along your lines, what you're saying there, I know someone who he's now advocating that the generational Caymanian be known as a Cayman Islander. That would be the official designation of someone who is of a generational Caymanian, a Cayman
and how
Islander.
About a status holder?
Huh? As opposed to a status holder. But if someone is designated a Cayman Islander, then they are the true belonger.
I don't like that, Charles. Cayman Islander?
Yeah.
Because why does the Islander bit have to come in? Why can't it just be Caymanian? Because, look, the way you write your laws, you should try to ensure that they reflect the way people talk as well, okay? The way people talk in Cayman, is that a guy a Caymanian? When you say, is that a guy a Caymanian, it is understood, that by Caymanian, you know what you mean. But once you introduce this other term, the Cayman Islander, no.
Listen, I got to go.
Okay.
Thanks for calling. Always interesting to hear what you have to say. Take care.
Okay, bye-bye. Thank you.
Got to take a break. Be right back.
There's something new at Subway. Indulge your taste buds with our new barbecue pork rib sandwich tender. Smoky pork ribs smothered in sweet and tangy barbecue sauce, built just the way you like it. It's bold, rich, and seriously satisfying. But hurry, it's here for a limited time only. Order now on the Subway Cayman Islands app for quick in-store pickup, or get it delivered with Bento or Let's Eat. The all-new barbecue pork rib sandwich, only at Subway. Subway. Eat fresh.
Yummy.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
Shipping to the Cayman Islands is fast, reliable, and seamless thanks to Cayman Airways Cargo. Need it faster than ocean freight? Cayman Airways Cargo offers multiple cargo flights to Grand Cayman from Miami weekly, so your packages, whether big, small, or in between, will arrive in no time. You can even use a Cayman Airways Cargo US address for your online shopping. Cayman Airways Cargo is also the only carrier providing air freight services for Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. Contact us today and see why Cayman Airways Cargo was voted as Cayman's best cargo and logistics company in the Best of Cayman Awards. For details, visit CaymanAirways.com/cargo.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Stay cyber secure with Cayman National. Protect your computers and mobile devices with security software to defend against cyber attacks through viruses, malware, and other online threats. Be aware of unsecure Wi-Fi connections when in public. If you need to access your online banking or sensitive information on your mobile devices, try disabling the Wi-Fi and switching to data from your mobile network. If you suspect a fraud attempt, please contact our customer support team at 949-8300.
The Buzz. Each and every Tuesday and Thursday morning at 7:30 a.m. Brought to you by
Cayman Insurance Center, specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services.
And Kirk Market. Experience a world of choice.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back to Talk Today, and it's raining right here in the middle of Georgetown, so going out, make sure you got your umbrella handy there. A WhatsApp message here. Good afternoon. This is about the accents. Remember we were talking about, it says, the accent of the older Cuban Caymanian has the authentic Caymanian dialect also. So another one. Let's take a call. Good afternoon. You're on the air with Talk Today.
Shalom.
Yes.
Good afternoon, Sir Clydas.
Yes, good to hear from you, Clydas.
Sorry?
I said good to hear from you.
Okay, yeah, I'm stuck in town here in the rain.
Okay.
Yeah, up north is kind of dry.
So what's happening?
A couple of things, but primarily again concerning the who will be appointed as the new DG.
Yeah, you going to cast your vote now?
I did that 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah. I remember, yeah.
Yeah.
I think you were the second person or something like that.
Well, that's what you said.
Yeah.
But I am delighted now to see and well, to hear the number of persons who have called in, text, whatever, giving their support to Ms. Gloria. And I encourage more Caymanians, like I said this morning to the OC, if it's not her, whoever you would like to see there, let the powers that be know about it. But I would encourage you to support Ms. Gloria. She should be my first choice.
You think people can influence it?
Yes.
It would be interesting if we know we can.
Yeah, I mean, if we, the Caymanians, can have a say into who our second most senior position can influence who holds that. Even though, of course, the UK, the mother country, will have its say as well. But
yeah, the final say.
Yes, but again, they should take into account what the Caymanians want.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if an overwhelming majority of Caymanians support someone, I think it would be hard for the UK to say no. Let's put someone else there. So yes, your voice matters. It always has, and it always can, as long as you make your voice heard.
Yeah, you got to make it heard for it to matter, right?
Precisely. Having said that, now, and going a little along the Caymanian line, something that Billy and yourself alluded to a little earlier,
mm-hmm.
This generational Cayman Islander, or however you want to define us. I think this is an opportune time for government to make the necessary changes to whatever legislation, whether it be in the Constitution or in the immigration law or whatever that says, for example, the DG, it says Caymanian, but now again we know a Caymanian means anyone who has obtained status as well.
Yeah.
But
Because technically speaking, we all got status, right?
yeah. So what I'm saying is that distinction now should be made that, for example, a post like the DG can only be held by a Caymanian.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there needs to be that clear distinction.
A true born.
But how do you define a true born? I mean, I know, okay, in the U.S., for example, if you're born there, you're automatically a citizen. It doesn't really apply here.
Right.
Even though a lot of people say, well, how come? Because we are so Americanized nowadays. Even though we're British, but we're also American. And everyone trying to become Caymanian. So I think this is an opportune time now to say, okay, let's make that distinction so that any new Caymanian, or however you want to term it, know that by virtue of section whatever of a certain act, you cannot, well, it doesn't make sense for you to apply for this post because
you're not qualified.
You're not qualified.
Yeah.
As well as Billy was saying, getting to that sort of social aspect, even though legally you can sort of enjoy, again, most of the other.
Hello? Hello, you're there? Oops, another disconnection. All right, do we have someone else on the line? Okay, let's go to that other call. Hello, you're on the air. Hello, you're on the air. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, you're on the air. You might need to turn your radio down, or...
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good afternoon, Mr. Charles.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, I also would love to endorse Miss Gloria as well, because we do need to see more Caymanians being put into positions where they would help protecting other Caymanians and taking in the Caymanian interests.
So you vote for Gloria McField-Nixon also?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It wouldn't be my first endorsement, but I'll keep it as that because I wouldn't know if that would be a conflict. So, but
well, you're a citizen expressing their preference. That's all.
Yes, sir. As a generational Caymanian, I think our voices definitely need to be heard and respected. And while we have people coming here, settling, and living amongst us, we are not living amongst them. They're living amongst us. And I think that needs to be very clear, especially what is it to be a Caymanian, because we as Caymanians do not do as others do. Others do as what Caymanians do. So
when in Rome, you do as the Romans do.
Exactly. I wouldn't like to see it any different because really and truly, it should be an initiation, like how you would get into a society, like a clan or something. Because being a Caymanian, you need to get that mouth full of turtles too, and to count,
Yes.
So if you can't handle that part, then definitely we gotta reconsider. Yeah.
I like that.
But yeah, as a born and bred Caymanian, I believe it should be as proud as we are. We could be supporting each other as we all know we're facing the stance of being a minority in our own country. I think that we are pretty majority when we can stand together, because if we go and say something now, and the UK or parliamentarians are against us, then we must really reconsider who represents us.
All right. Well, listen, it's 2:00, and that means I got to break away to see what's happening in the news. But thank you so much for calling. Always nice to hear from you. Let's see what's making headlines.
Yesterday,
Today,
always and forever.
Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands. From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines.
The headline news is brought to you by Kirk Market.
I'm April Cummings with your headlines. The recently passed Churches and Corporation Amendment Act will come into force on Friday. The legislation tightens up the governance for local churches and ensures that the, quote, income and assets of each organization are used for church purposes. The law is designed to protect churches from the risk of money laundering and terrorist financing and keep Cayman in line with international standards. In international headlines, Israeli and U.S. officials were to meet today in Washington to discuss post-war Gaza, even as Israel's military called the evacuation of Gaza City inevitable ahead of a new offensive with no signs of a ceasefire in sight. The meeting comes amid mounting outrage over this week's double Israeli strike on a southern Gaza hospital that killed journalists, emergency responders, and others. The toll from the attack on Nasser Hospital rose to 22 after 2 more people died today. That according to Gaza health officials. Minnesota prosecutors filed misdemeanor disorderly conduct charges against a woman accused of using a racist slur against a black child at a playground, an incident the woman has since used to raise more than $800,000 after she appealed for help to relocate. The criminal complaint alleges the defendant wrongfully and unlawfully engaged in offensive, obscene, abusive, boisterous, or noisy conduct, or in offensive, obscene, or abusive language that would reasonably tend to arouse alarm, anger, or resentment in others. As of Tuesday, she had raised over $800,000 on the Christian fundraising platform Give, Send, Go, including many donations that came in after the charges were announced. The woman claimed back in June she was the victim of silly misinformation. Those are your headlines. I'm April Cummings.
www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Radio Cayman Talk Today continues.
Welcome back. And before we take our phone calls, let's check in with the weather. Let's see, at 83 degrees here in Georgetown, at least in Owen Roberts Airport. And the winds have picked up 9.5 knots coming out of the east-northeast. Partly cloudy skies for the afternoon. It was raining. Paul, is it still raining outside? And you can see outside there. And we have isolated showers, some light showers here in Georgetown. This evening, the forecast is calling for isolated showers and thunder showers tonight. And the National Hurricane Center in Miami, their map for hurricane activity, all clear in the Caribbean. Let's go to the phone lines. Good afternoon. You're on the air with Talk Today.
Yeah, Cello.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened just now.
We lost you.
The only thing I can think, maybe it was a raindrop on my phone.
Okay. Shorted you out?
Yes, sir. Where were we?
Oh boy.
Yeah.
We were talking about Cayman Islanders and
yeah. So
and the deputy governor.
Yeah. So I think it's an opportune time for the new administration to tackle this issue, and because I think it's definitely an issue that the people are very, very concerned about, and as Billy was saying, you can feel it socially. And as a young man who just called before I did, you say, if you can't, have that turtle meat Kong stew, then you have to reconsider your application.
Well, I do some notary work, right? And so this gentleman came to me to get some stuff notarized, and it was stuff for his Cayman status, or it might have been natural. No, yeah, Cayman status. So when I was, doing the work there, so I said to him, "So now you have to start eating turtle meat and conch stew," and he says, "Oh, I've already done that. I've, I like turtle meat."
Okay.
So I said, "Okay, so you're bona fide."
yeah, at least one foot in the door.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, seriously. This issue has to be tackled. And while we're on that subject, I'm going to get off the phone so that others can call in.
I don't think we have a call behind you, but there's no calls. You can talk.
Status grant. I say again. In my view, even though in other jurisdictions, even here, you can have more than one nationality. I think that can be appropriate for certain jurisdictions, but because of the mayor said of a small population.
Mm-hmm. That makes a big difference.
Of a small landmass. It's something that we cannot really encourage, condone, adopt, because someone coming from afar or close, but not Caymanian, and wants to get status. Now that person has some other place to go back to if things get rough here. Where does Caymanian have to go? So that person, that however you want to call status holder, Caymanian, new Caymanian, whatever, that person that is automatically has an advantage over generational Caymanian.
He has an alternative.
Right. Where we don't. So if you want to become Caymanian, you give up your other citizenship. So you're no better off than a Caymanian in that respect. That's sort of like the tax man would say. We need some of that as well, whatever form it comes in, but having this consumption-based tax is not going to work much longer. It's already putting too much tremendous strain on the lower economic strata of our community. With that, sir, again, I wish Miss Gloria McField all the best in the upcoming vetting process, and hope that she is the most successful candidate. And I encourage Caymanians to, whoever they support, to let their voices be heard. I thank you, sir, and have a very good afternoon.
All right, Clyde, it's good to hear from you. You have a good afternoon, too. Don't get wet out there in town now.
No, my phone caught all the rain.
Okay. All right, take care. Well, I don't know how any other polls are doing, but we're not even really doing a poll. People are just expressing their opinion. And Ms. McField seems to be the people's choice as far as on the record and Talk Today is concerned. The Radio Cayman audience feels like she is the candidate of their choice as far as being deputy governor. And she certainly has all the qualifications, And like I said, I've mentioned before, she has actually served as acting deputy governor, going and actually sitting in Parliament and making presentations there, answering questions. So she's actually had practice runs on this. So it would not be something that is totally foreign to her to step into that office. And people certainly seem to be behind her as far as being selected as the next deputy governor. And we'll all see how that process goes. And has been mentioned, everyone who is interested in that post will have to go before a panel, answer questions, be interviewed. But ultimately, the choice will be made in London. And as some of our callers have said, they would think that it would be a wise thing if the UK would be taking into consideration who has the support of the people of Cayman and who they approve as being deputy governor. So still a little time left here. We're into the home stretch of the show, but you want to express your opinion on who should be deputy governor or what route they should take for the east-west arterial, or should they take no route at all? And of course, we've talked about health insurance, and what are we going to do about that? We got to, have some health insurance reform here before it gets too wild. We need to take a break. Be right back.
Stay cyber secure with Cayman National. Here are a few tips that will benefit you. Ensure to log out completely when you finish any online banking activities. Be aware of phishing attempts and only click links from trusted sources that are sent from your device through emails and messages. Remember, Cayman National will never ask you for your credentials. If you suspect a fraud attempt or that your account has been compromised, please immediately contact our customer support team at 949-8300.
Storms bring wind, rain, and unexpected costs to buy supplies, secure your home, or make minor repairs. Incidental expenses not covered by insurance. Until now, with Cineco's parametric coverage, you get automatic payouts within 2 to 3 weeks of a Category 3 or stronger hurricane, whether or not you have damage. Available only through Cineco's homeowners insurance. Visit Cineco.ky to get a quote today. Cineco, keeping Cayman covered.
Freedom, Cayman Brack. Freedom, Little Cayman. Soft breezes, blue waters, no traffic. Unwind and rejuvenate your mind, body, and soul. Sister Island Staycations, a taste of freedom. Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
Now, more than ever, supporting your immune system is crucial to helping your body fight off illnesses like the common cold, the flu, and COVID-19. At Valley Med Pharmacy on Walkers Road and in Buttontown, we carry all the essential vitamins and minerals to help support your immune system and improve your overall health. Some of our top immunity support picks are vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, elderberry, and quercetin are the popular 7-in-1 immunity support. Our pharmacists are always on hand to help guide you and answer any questions. Visit Valley Med Pharmacy on Walkers Road or Buttontown. Live happy, live healthy with Valley Med Pharmacy.
Looking to transform your space? From custom homes to commercial spaces, we bring your vision to life with precision, quality, and elegance. At Mike's Builders, we make it happen.
Mike's Builders turned my dream home into a reality. Their team is professional, efficient, and truly the best in the business. Good communication? Check. Cleanliness? check. Professionalism on point. You have to try Mike's Builders for yourself.
Call us today at 923-0706. That's 923-0706. Mike's Builders. Let's build a beautiful world together.
Social media, X, formerly Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Interact with our talk shows on YouTube. Download our official Radio Cayman app, or you can log on to our website, www.radiocayman.gov.ky. You can also add us to WhatsApp
on 925-3261.
All the latest information, breaking news, community events, and more. Radio Cayman. Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back, and have a couple of WhatsApp messages here. The first one says, "Good day, Mr. Glidden. I love some of the topics today concerning what the government can do, and I would agree. First and foremost, I think when it comes to the government, I think that we all have it wrong, because I think we are the government of the people, by the people. We have politicians who should have the interests of the people at heart. You know, sometimes when I'm listening to talk shows, it makes me think, what and why? Our politicians are only using and wasting the country's money, our money. Obviously, common sense isn't common anymore. For many years, I've heard of the government was going to look into building a professional race track that everyone and anyone could be able to enjoy, whether you want to race or see the races. We need the young people off the public roads causing accidents and deaths. But I guess it is what it is. It's always too late, and everything and anyone is forgotten. There shouldn't be any excuse why they can't invest in doing a racetrack with other investors. Racing is worldwide, and there's lots of money could be made, and we'd be saving our young people from road fatalities. A racetrack, wow. Let's see another one here. What do we have? Good afternoon. Oops. Good afternoon. Please read on your talk show, a generational Caymanian is different than expat Caymanian with dual nationality. If Cayman goes down the drain, true Caymanians don't have nowhere to go. But the expat Caymanians will leave us dry and go back home. That's a big difference. Yes, that's what Clydas was saying also. We have someone on the line. Good afternoon. You are on the air with Talk Today.
Good afternoon to you.
Hi, here he is.
Yes, sir, yes. Yes, I have to read quickly with the thing about the racetrack. They had one here some years
ago.
Yeah. And Jay Barden's pit and so forth. But I won't dwell on that. Just, I know we haven't got much time left, but the thing my cousin Shalma had called in and talked about, and I call her name, that with the people in the Bay Islands and all that, they don't call themselves Spaniards or Hondurans. They say, I'm British. I know with all my cousins here.
Yeah, well, she says she's not Spaniard.
Yeah, right. My cousin, there are many Hurlsons, as she knows. She's the Hurlsons. She's family to me, too, who she was talking about and all that very closely. And Captain Paul, my father's first cousin, but he's much younger than he was. In fact, Captain Paul lies between my sister Kay, who is 93, and my sister Emily, who is 95. He's 94. He was 94 on 11th of January. He's still in the hospital now for several months and all that. try to find out something about him every day as about East End. But and everybody, I'm sure, is aware of Captain Paul and knows.
Oh, yeah.
Cheers. It's the people there are generational Caymanians, and we had a lot of problems with our cousins coming over here after the 1983 decision with the British Nationality Act and all that. As you said, they talk like Caymanians and so forth. Many Caymanians who we honor were not born in Cayman.
They might have been born in Jamaica or someplace.
Or somewhere else. I mean, I don't need to call the names. All of Cayman should know. And your Uncle Cavill, no one would call him not a Caymanian. He was born Sun Island.
Yeah.
I'm sure that. He was the only Caymanian born in Sun Island.
That's right. I didn't remember that.
Brilliant mind. I'd sit talking with him about calculus and things like that. I'll never forget that. And a brilliant man. And this is it. And there are others. My cousin Tommy Hurlston, he had a hard time one time when he went. We said, he's dead now. He died, passed away a few years ago. He was born in the Bahamas, and nobody knew this.
I remember him saying about how he's were at times, hassled a little bit when he was coming back in the country.
And all sort of nonsense about just not too long ago. And all this, he never heard of that in his life. And the same thing, his brother Danny too. But this is it. But Danny wasn't in public life like Tommy was. And there are others, many others that people don't know. And there are some names from the Bay Islands, too, that people might not know. The Coopers. I know that. They're married into the Eden family from generations and generations ago. So there are Coopers down there. They're just like Caymanians. They're speaking, talking like, I know this very well. They're married into the Eden family. And from as a little child, my mother always talked about the Cooper family, her Cooper cousins, and so forth, so on. But it's a small family, and some live here, been living here. And just to show you that this is why I suggested the same thing other people have called in and suggested, that there is a distinction, and it's so easy in a small little country nation like ours, that you just put that on our voters registration card, which is the simplest thing, since maybe we can't do it on a passport, which is controlled by the British. So I don't know, and I am sure they'd allow us to do it. You could put GC, Generational Caymanian, on it, since people are allowed to have passports. I don't know why any other country does that are not citizens.
Yeah, I was wondering about that myself.
That's something that has always been sticking in my craw. It should not be done. And I don't think we need to ask the British why we shouldn't be able to do that. I think if we had enough courage with our elected representatives or parliamentarians, we could stop that and have a different passport, since they're printed up there, different things. But anyhow, that's all I really wanted to say. We need to make these distinctions, and it could be done. We just need to have the courage to say, well, this is what should be done. This is what, and that is it. It's very simple. It's very, very simple. Why take the complicated route? The thing with the roads, too, we need to understand. You need access. You need access to lands for people. And it has to be done. There has to be a compromise, and there has to be some loss of environment. We know that, but this has to be as we modernize and get more people and more and more and more and more. Anyway, Charles,
I want to ask you something, though.
Yes.
I want to ask you something. Ahead. When you're talking about that, we designate between what we call the generational Caymanian and someone who has Cayman status. Now, are you talking about that it's more, as Mr. Billy was saying, a social thing? as opposed to a legal thing, that the rights of those people would be basically the same, but one is just recognized as having a Caymanian heritage?
Well, the thing is this: what does the legal fraternity, which is many of them are foreigners, would want, and it's to their advantage. We know why they want this not to be. I'm just going to say what I think, my opinion. I guess that's the opinion of others also. But we could make it the same thing that the Americans, we're always cursing them and talking about the American Indians as not, but they're given special
Native Americans, Mickey.
The Native Americans, they're given special privileges, special tax breaks. They're special citizens. Now, in a small country like ours, why can't we do that and say this is our right to be called a special citizen because we're generational?
But does that give you some rights that a status, someone who has been given status, Caymanian status, that they don't have, a right that they don't have?
It could give tax benefits. It could give any benefits that our members of parliament decide on. I think that wouldn't be too much of a problem for the British if we have the courage to stand up to them and say, well, this is what our people, if the majority of people in any country, I mean common sense, which is not common anymore, would tell you what the majority wants should be the rule. That's how we do the elections. that the majority want this, that's the result. But I don't see why we can't make it. And if you want to tie in a person married to a generational Caymanian, well, they should get the same benefits also. We could say that, after a certain amount of years, and this thing when we say in 22 years and all this kind of thing. I don't think that the problem with us here is that everything we have to do, we throw it over to the legal fraternity, and we know they're going to put in 1 million pages of documents to verify any damn thing, and 100 lawyers will give you 100 different definitions of anything, not to belittle lawyers or anyone. We have many generational Caymanian lawyers too. But this is it. Why not make it simple? Just a simple thing. This is it. You're generational Caymanian, and you deserve these rights, you deserve this privilege, and here's your ID. I've often asked for that we have this official ID for everybody. When I went to Canada to live a couple of years, that was almost 60 years ago now, you had to have an ID on you.
Yeah.
You had to. It was mandatory. Why can't we do that here? I don't see no reason why we can't do it here.
But when you talk about that, if you have, as you said, the GC after your name or whatever on the voter's registration, that perhaps just like now you might have been first-time home buyers.
Yes.
They have, if you have GC after your name, then you don't have to pay that.
That's right, things like that.
Tax.
And then the duties. And when we implement direct income tax, it won't be very long. We know that. It's coming. None of these people are arguing against me or fighting me anymore. That will come. It's not a matter. It's just a matter of when.
So you might get a break on that, but basic rights would be this. Basically, basic rights would be the same.
Yes, basic rights. Of course, human rights should be recognized and this and that and so forth. But things would be. We know that we'd have special privileges as we should. The same thing with seniors. That was easily done with the licensing department.
Right.
Be good to that. It's so simple and so easily done. This is the reason why I'm baffled that many things happen that could so easily be solved if you would just take a common sense approach to things.
The simple way.
And not
my friend.
Simple way. Take care. God bless.
Thank you for the call. You're taking me right down to the end of the line. Always good to hear from you. Yes, that's it for Talk Today. Thank you for joining in, especially all those who picked up the phone and gave me a call. Have a good afternoon, everybody. I'm Charles Glidden.
Talk Today is brought to you by Subway, open 24 hours in Countryside, Anderson Square in Georgetown, and Centennial Towers in West Bay. And by the Ministry of District Administration, explore your history, explore your land, explore your sister islands. And Cayman Airways, call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. And Doctors Hospital, peace of mind is important when life happens.